another sports topic in the tri-state area. Yesterday, November 10th, Jimmy Butler finally got his wish and got traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves and landed in Philadelphia, home of the Philly cheesesteaks, with the Philadelphia 76ers. So I'm not a fan of.
Let me read a trade real quick. So Minnesota has agreed to send Jimmy Butler and Justin Patton to Philadelphia for Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and Jared Bayless, and a 2022
I didn't even
second
know Jared
round
Bayless was some
second round pick. I don't know about that trade. I feel like Minnesota got the short end of the deal because
I mean, they were going to get the short end of the deal because Jimmy Butler was going to be the best player in that deal, and
but
you weren't going to trade for anybody better than Jimmy Butler.
I feel like they should have tried. They should have tried to go for Markelle Fultz.
No,
Markelle Fultz is not playing great.
I know that's so. Why would you want Minnesota to go?
But you just chose three other people that are not really.
My thing with Markelle
Fultz is still a fucking rookie. Like he still has potential.
He's in his second year.
His second year. But my point is, he's still brand new. He has potential to grow.
Then you're trading for hope than proven committees because Covington is a good defender and he can shoot. He can knock down a three. And Minnesota doesn't really need. I mean, they can use a superstar. Which they were going to get out of this trade because Jimmy Butler was
going to be the new superstar. Well, because he's been stepping up this season anyway.
I will say, Derrick Rose has been rejuvenated for some reason.
Yeah, it's the old Derrick Rose
this past season. It ain't the old Derrick Rose because he ain't dunking the ball.
He dropped 50 though. Come on. Yeah, he dropped 50.
It's a new version of Derrick Rose.
That was his career high. He never dropped 50 before.
Correct, but he's
saying,
look. When he does this on a consistent basis throughout the entire season, like he did his MVP season, he got
mad metal plates in his neck.
Like every time you see Derrick Rose go up, it's like I remember.
Every time he come back down, I think he had a sore foot like a couple days ago. Oh, he's out because of a sore foot. I'm like, oh shit.
It's like
you get so worried about him.
There were times where Derrick Rose will finish a hop step with a dunk afterwards, but now he's laying the ball in more, which is probably better for him now.
Because not many people come back from those kind of injuries.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Like career-ending injuries.
Derrick Rose is balling out for his situation right now. And it's crazy. But
I think didn't Zach LaVine have the same injury, ACL tear?
I don't know, but Zach LaVine's Zach LaVine's a little bit younger, so he's probably
balling.
A little bit.
He's balling right now too. He's jumping like he used to be.
It's in Chicago where it's not. No matter what you do, it's not going to be enough to get you.
I can understand if he's scared. He might get shot from the bleachers. So
jumping back to the Jimmy Butler trade because Jimmy Butler did play for Chicago first, and then worked his way out of Chicago into Minnesota, and then happened to work his way out of Minnesota after 1 year.
So how do you feel about the Philly team now?
So my thing is like people were coming up to me at work yesterday and telling me that Philadelphia is now in first place or second place in the East, and my thing is. Let me look up where they are right now. That is
I feel like they're second. Like as far as where they're gonna, I think they'll end second. I think that Raptors team is something else, man.
Right now, the Sixers are in fifth place and with an 8-6 record. Obviously, they're not going to stay there now that they have Jimmy Butler. I think he set the debut on Wednesday. My personal opinion, like when I told my coworkers and everything, I feel like they're at best the third best team in the East. And then one of my coworkers, maybe.
Who do you think is better?
Toronto and the Celtics.
You think the Celtics are better than Philly right now?
They have way more depth than Philly has right now because Philly has nobody. They didn't have anybody coming off their bench before because they got rid of. I think they got rid of Marco Bellinelli last year, which is one of their only 3-point shooters that they have. They have JJ Redick starting right now, and JJ Redick starting is probably not your best two guard. And then one of my coworkers told me or asked me if I feel like the 76ers are better than the first place team right now, which is Milwaukee. And I was like, damn, I forgot Milwaukee is doing a thing this year. Philly might be fourth place. I mean, at least right now, I think if everything keeps even to what's going on right now, obviously Philadelphia will improve from being fifth, but I think they might only go up to fourth place because I feel like the Celtics' depth make them better than the Sixers. Toronto having a true superstar in Kawhi and all-star in Lowry makes them better than the Sixers, and I feel like Giannis's evolution or whatever the hell is going on in Milwaukee with the coaching, whether it's the coaching or the plays that they're running through Giannis, I feel like those three teams right now are better than the Sixers, and I feel like that's going to stay true throughout the entire season. Now the Sixers may hop into like third place, but I don't see them taking top 2 in the East.
I think they're going to be better than the Celtics for sure. For sure. Like
So
I have no doubt that they're going to be better than the Celtics.
My thing is based off going on
because
what they did last year.
I just think about their play style. Think about their play style.
Who?
Philly. Like Ben Simmons, he plays unselfish basketball.
That's because he can't shoot.
But still, that kind of helps Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler gets buckets. Jimmy
gets bucks.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have fucking Joel. Joel's a fucking monster this season. Joel, did you get like 40 points, 20?
He had like 41 and 20 in
40 and 20
in a win against.
Right.
I think it was like the Hornets, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know who it was,
but
he's playing great. He's playing great. And if you add Jimmy Butler, every time Jimmy Butler was playing, he played great. So when you add him to that equation,
Jimmy Butler was the best player on the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
He's the most consistent player on the Timberwolves.
Because he's the most consistent.
Yeah.
Because
Derrick Rose,
Derrick Rose, he'll get 50, and he'll like get 15. But because he got to rest his knees after he played. Every time Derrick played, he got to rest his knees for like 3 days. Like, all right, go.
All right, we gotta
got that 50 though.
Can't do this.
I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll see you next game. And my thing is like. You're right. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are really great in the regular season. When it came to crunch time in the playoffs last year,
but they're both still fairly new though, so I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, so I agree with you in the fact that they will probably evolve in the playoffs next year or this. I guess next year, the same season, but
this playoffs.
2019 playoffs.
Right.
You'll see a better Sixers team than you saw last year. So I agree with you on that, but I don't think their depth, because that was the issue last year. One, them being young and them not having enough experience when they played Boston and got beat up by 4-1 last year. So they'll improve on that, and they might actually make it to the conference finals depending on how the seeds play out. But I feel like right now the Sixers still aren't. This trade doesn't make the Sixers good enough to beat. You may disagree, but I feel like this trade doesn't make them good enough to beat the Celtics or at least the Toronto Raptors. They might be able to beat the.
I think they could beat the Celtics.
They might be able to beat the Bucks because the Bucks' depth after Giannis and their starting five is not as good either. But to each his own. Like I said, it's Philly. You got yourself
I think they needed
an all-star.
I think what they needed in Philly was like an alpha male. That type of dude.
And Jimmy Butler. That's one of the memes that I've seen going around. Like when Markelle Fultz misses an air ball or airballs a couple shots, you're going to hear Jimmy Butler in his ear. So in the locker room, it may not be good. So Jimmy Butler is good in the locker room for the first year or two. So he was decent in the Bulls locker room before he became an all-star and shit. And he was good last year in Minnesota's locker room when they finally made the playoffs for the first time in like 13 seasons or something like that. It's when things start going bad after that first season where you start to see the Jimmy Butler effect happen, where he starts to get fed up with people and they may not work out for them in the long haul. So that's why I said when you say they should have traded for Markelle Fultz, I agree in the aspect where Markelle Fultz probably shouldn't be on the Sixers right now.
He's more of a detriment right now than anything.
Right, but Minnesota should not have taken on that challenge of trying to see or work out his growing pains and shit.
But yeah, the team they have is, they don't have an old team in Minnesota right now. So they can still grow. I think what you want to do is play for tomorrow sometimes. If you know you're not going to win.
Minnesota been playing for tomorrow for the last 15 seasons, though.
Hey. Jimmy Butler's old. He's 31 years old? So he only got like maybe 3 or 4 more seasons left.
3 or 4 seasons in his prime and shit.
Right. So I get it to a certain degree, but you have Markelle Fultz was the first overall, first round, first pick.
He was the Sixers' first pick.
He was the first pick though, wasn't he? The number 1 pick. So, and he's not the first or second pick. Not really doing that great, honestly.
Second pick.
Huh?
I think he was the second pick.
No, because Lonzo was second pick. Lonzo was the second pick. Markelle was the first pick. So
either way, the Celtics won that draft.
Yeah,
getting Jason Tatum. So.
Well, no, I think Utah won.
With
Spider.
Not
my guy, Mitchell.
Yeah, Dante. Wait,
Dante
Exum. No.
Demetrius, is it? I forgot his first name too.
Why am I drawing a blank with this dude right now?
Something Mitchell.
Donovan.
There we go.
Christ.
Yeah, I think he's playing better than Tatum. I think so.
He is, but because they're in the Western Conference, he's not going to go further than Jason Tatum will.